Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, July 3rd. I'm Patricia Vallone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, the American Civil Liberties Union and a government watchdog group are urging state election officials to block efforts by the Trump administration to collect information on Maryland voters. A White House commission has asked states to turn over voter data, including names, addresses, party affiliations, and voting history. At least 29 states have said they will not comply. Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh is advising the Board of Elections not to release the voter information.
They're trying to create a huge database of personal information about every voter in the United States. I think that's inappropriate, and they're violating the privacy of millions of people, and to no good end.
And the Trump administration says it needs the information to check on the integrity of the election system. The commission was created after the president claimed he lost the popular vote because of millions of illegal voters. Meantime, the Trump administration has appointed Maryland's Deputy Secretary of State to a federal panel looking into fraud during the 2016 presidential elections. Luis Barunda, a former Baltimore County School Board member, will serve on Trump's 15-member Election Integrity Commission. Democrats have criticized the creation of the bipartisan board because they say that the president's voter fraud claims are unfounded. Well, environmental activists gathered this afternoon to protest outside of the state capitol. Leaders from the We Are Cove Point group delivered a letter to Governor Hogan's office asking him to do a safety study of the Dominion Energy Terminal that's being built in Lusby. Organizers say the site poses risk to residents who live in the community.
Dangerous, and they can explode, and the concussive force, explosion hits and this boom goes 6 miles. Houses, windows will be shattered, and there's a giant, massive cement wall, sound barrier between the community and the terminal. If there's an explosion, that cement wall will be turned into slivers that shoot out into the community. Plus, that's to the south, just right across the street. To the north, 3 miles away, is the nuclear power plant. And so if there's an explosion and it destroys a pipe to the nuclear power plant, what happens then? And so all this needs to be measured, and Governor Hogan has the power. By himself, unilaterally, the legislature can't stop him. He can order a qualitative risk assessment, a safety study to determine what the risks are. He refuses to do that.
And the group says it will continue to protest until the governor orders a safety study. Well, Prince George's police continue to search for the person who shot and killed a man in a car on the outer loop of the Capitol Beltway Saturday night. Police say 55-year-old Adriano Lombre of Upper Marlboro appears to be an innocent victim. They say he was alone in this car near the Pennsylvania Avenue exit when another motorist began shooting at him. Lombre was discovered by a police officer who stopped to check on the vehicle.
Well, Saturday evening, an officer was driving in the Beltway. When they noticed the vehicle stopped, they pulled behind the vehicle and walked up to the car where they saw the victim was suffering from gunshot wounds. I believe the incident happened between 11:30 and 11:55 Saturday evening. We're still asking the community, anyone who was in the area of the outer loop of the Beltway about that time, please come forward if you saw anything at all, if you heard anything at all. No information's too small for us to begin to pursue.
Just come forward, do the right thing and suffer the consequences.
And police are asking anyone who may have witnessed the crime to give them a call at 1-866-411-TIPS. Well, immigrant rights activists gather in Baltimore today in support of a man who faces deportation. Guillermo Recinos Morales came to the U.S. from El Salvador in 2005. He was picked up by agents several months ago while heading to work in Annapolis. Supporters say 2 of his daughters have been granted asylum, and they want the same for him.
We are here requesting that the Office of the Chief Counsel of the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement reopen Guillermo Recinos Morales' case so that he may apply for a motion to remain in the United States.
It is not known when Immigration, Customs and Enforcement will decide Recinos Morales' fate. The rally was held in front of ICE's Baltimore office. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.